Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with today's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds, The Other Way, Season 4, Tell All, Part 3. Now, finally, we have another season of The Other Way in the can. Over with. If I was going to give this episode of the Tell All a grade, I would honestly give it a solid C, and I'm going to tell you why. Veronica and Tim are annoying the living crap out of me. So let's set 900 seconds on the timer so I can hop right in. So we started off where we left last week. Kris and Jeymni throwing accusations at each other. Accusations were coming in left and right, mostly about the amount of money that Kris may or may not have sent Jeymni. This is the root of everything, money. How much money did Kris send is the question. But Jeymni, she has her receipts. She's holding up her phone to the camera, guys, and she has receipts of what Jeymni sent her. So now, I'm sorry, of what Kris sent her. But now Kris's mom comes out on the stage, and Kris's mom is like, Kris gave me money to send to you. And Jeymni's like, with all due respect, no. These are the receipts of the money I received from Kris. Listen, all I have to say about all this, and I did some of my own research. Okay, Kris's brother has been arrested for drug dealing and all sorts of drug activities. Kris's demeanor to me seems like somebody that may or may not have allegedly a drug problem. Kris's mom's demeanor on the tell-all to me looks like somebody who enables such activities. Jeymni had the receipts. Lots of accusations were being thrown back and forth. Please, Debbie, I love you. We all know how much I love Miss Debbie, and I'm going to whip out my Peacock fan for this. But Debbie, please, you should have stood out of this one. Defending Kris, no. There's too many lies going back and forth. There's a whole web of lies that we have to tear apart. It's like an onion with so many layers. Debbie, I love you and everything, but you should have stood out of this one, okay? So, and then you have the Muppets, Waldorf and Stadler, in the freaking balcony on the stage, Veronica and Tim with their own input, and like my head was getting ready to explode. I'm like, please, shut up. We have pillow talk for a reason. I love Veronica. Don't get me wrong. Veronica's actually one of my faves. I could take Tim in small doses. I actually tolerate Tim because of Veronica. But and now this shoving Veronica down our throats, TLC and Sharp Entertainment, listen to me. You are going to make me hate Veronica. Stop shoving her down our throats. She belongs on Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk was created for a reason, and we like Pillow Talk. This is my non-professional, professional opinion. Someone who has watched 90 Day from season 1, episode 1. Please stop trying to shove Veronica and Tim down our throats, especially with this Muppet thing. They seriously remind me of the Muppets in the balcony with their commentary, and it's grating my last fucking nerve. So anyway, then we go on to Nicole and Mahmoud. Ahmed is here. Yay. Now, they start talking about, first Ahmed says that Nicole knows that he is always on her side. No matter what, they have an argument. Nicole could go to Ahmed, and Ahmed will slap Mahmoud into place, basically, okay? He will make sure, he will fix it. Whatever the problem is, He will fix it. Ahmed is Nicole's brother first before he's Mahmoud's brother. And that gave me the fuzzies when he said that, because I feel like Ahmed has real pure intentions when it comes to his brother and Nicole's marriage. Like, he really wants to see them succeed because he married a foreigner and he believes that it really could succeed. Like, he has just like these pure intentions. But I really, they were when they addressed the whole Chinese girl flirting thing. Okay, Ahmed was laughing and nervous laughter. I get Ahmed's laughter. Mahmoud shouldn't have been laughing. Okay, Mahmoud should have shut the fuck up and just sat there and take it. Ahmed, I get your laughter. You're in an uncomfortable position. You really didn't want to be there at the moment, so you were chuckling. Ahmed, you get a pass. Mahmoud, you don't get a pass. Okay, so Gabe, of course, had to put his 2 words in because Gabe has been so confrontational throughout this whole tell-all, but we will get to him in a moment. So Gabe tells Mahmoud that he'll never change. He'll never change. And his advice to Nicole is just divorce him. And that's when Ahmed steps up and he's like, listen, dude, okay, I wouldn't meddle into your relationship. Do not meddle into my brother's. You don't know him at all. And I wouldn't tell your wife to divorce you. So basically, Osama, bless his heart, thinks that Nicole and Mahmoud's relationship could be successful if Nicole was to compromise and learns about the religion and learns about the culture and compromises. Osama, bless your heart, it's not that simple. So Jeymni poses a great question to Nicole. She says, if you're Muslim, you converted to be Muslim, how do you still dress the way you do? I think you look beautiful, but how are you dressing the way you are? And basically, Nicole says there is more than one way to be Muslim. You don't have to dress a certain way. You don't have to act a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way or think a certain way to be Muslim. There is more than one way to be Muslim. Which, honestly, listening to Nicole speak reminded me of someone I knew in the past. He was married to my friend, and he made a big deal that he was Muslim. He didn't eat pork, but the guy drank alcohol. He did hard drugs. He abused my friend constantly, physically, emotionally, and every other abuse you could think of, that she had to move into a homeless shelter to get away from him. But he's Muslim. He wouldn't eat pork. And listening to Nicole speak like this kind of reminded me of this guy a bit. But moving on. So Nicole says there's more than one way to be Muslim, to show off your body, to think whatever way you want, speak whatever way you want. It's be Muslim in your heart. Okay. So moving on to Gabe and Isabel. Now, Gabe, who has been confrontational, asking questions, fighting with Mahmoud. I mean, he has been doing the most throughout this whole tell-all. The minute his sister Monica walked on that stage, he doesn't do confrontations. He's not a confrontational type of person. Excuse me? Okay, so now Gabe doesn't do confrontations, and he says sending memes is his love language. Basically, him and Monica have not talked since Monica got back from Colombia. They text each other memes. So Monica was explaining that she could not pull herself together to go to the wedding. She was crying hysterical because the night before, the big blow up was that Gabe said that she was the common denominator for all of his failed relationships. And that really struck her. And she just couldn't do it. And the next day, she just could not pull herself together to do it. Now, I call bullshit. It's your brother's wedding day, and you should have fucking even if you had to go up to him and have a big blowout with him that day and get yourself together and fucking go. It is your brother's wedding day, and you are starting off on the wrong foot with your sister-in-law. Isabel has class up the ass. I just want to state that for the record. I would like to give Isabel a standing ovation for the class that she has, because Isabel did not get involved at all in the conversation between Gabe and his sister, even though I would have taken extremely personally that Monica did not come to my wedding, especially after my mother made her a dress. Yes, Isabel's mother made Monica a dress, but in Monica's defense, she had no fucking clue. It's like, where was the communication? But also, I was like yelling at the TV, Monica, why didn't you send Isabel a text? Type it out in English and then have Google translate it into Spanish and send her a text. And then when she texts you back in Spanish, have Google translate it back into English. Come on, this is what we have technology for. Am I the only one that thinks of these things? Like, what is wrong with people? If you really want to get something accomplished, this is what we have technology for. This is your brother's wedding. You do not speak fluent Spanish. You know his fiance does not speak fluent English. A man will not know the wedding colors, a bridesmaid, a shit like that. I'm sorry, okay? Men do not know these things. I'm sorry. Most men will not be involved in the intricate details of wedding planning. Most men will have no flipping clue and leave it up to their bride, especially if the wedding is taking place in another country. Just saying. So I think everybody, except for Isabel, was equally guilty on both sides for not communicating properly. Gabe, you needed to tell your sister what the fuck was going on. And Monica, you could have reached out to Isabel. She is marrying your brother. You could have sent her a damn text and have Google Translate assist you. Just saying. My goodness, what is wrong with people? So now, Monica felt dumb. She really did. She felt dumb when she realized how Isabel wanted her to have a role in the wedding, the dress Isabel's mom made for her, but they're waiting for Isabel's visa to come to the States. They're going to do a wedding in the States, and Monica's going to wear that dress to the wedding. So there we go. And I saw her live. Gabe did an Instagram live, and Monica is the best aunt. So fantastic. I love it all. But damn it, people, Google Translate is a thing. So anyway, then we have Jen. And I'm sorry. To me, I feel like this was a grab for more screen time. Her temper tantrum. She decides that she's gonna, do this video call. She's gonna call Rishi. Now, I'm very upset about this, Rishi. Your mother keeps calling me old. And this is so disrespectful. Your fucking mother. And I didn't like how she kept saying that. You're fucking, she keeps calling me old, Rishi. She keeps calling me old. If I hear her call me old one more time, we will never, ever, 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 ever speak again. I think that was all a grab for screen time. She just wanted one more grab for screen time because we all know it's bullshit. Because we all know that Rishi's mom could call her old to her face 100 times and she will speak to Rishi over and over and over. So there we go. Jen's crying, Rishi's crying, whatever. The Muppets, we have Veronica and Tim with their commentary again. I want to poke my fucking eyes out. I'm like, shut up. Okay, Danielle and Yohan. So now we get to the good part. Guys, I'm going to record an OIV after this, but you need to check out wordonthestreetreality.com. Danielle went buck wild on Instagram over the weekend, accusing Yohan of abuse, but that's outside of this. Okay, she didn't accuse him of abuse on the tell-all, but on Instagram she did. So after watching this, go check out wordonthestreetreality.com. I wrote an article. I summarized it all because she just went crazy on my Instagram page, on live. So anyway, okay. So Danielle says some days her relationship is a 20 and some days her relationship is a -5. Yohan says some days their relationship is an 8 and some days their relationship is a 0. Okay. Yohan says it's communication and trust issues. So Tim this is where one incident where Tim actually comes in handy. Tim tells her, listen, you ruined his birthday by talking about hanging out with your ex, the ex that you were with, mind you, right before him. See, I don't think Danielle quite understands this. Taylor is not any ex. Taylor is the ex right before Yohan. It was Taylor and then Yohan. Okay, so let's get this straight. So Tim is like, by asking him and bringing this up the day before his birthday, even though you know Taylor is just a friend, you know Taylor has no interest in you, you know this is innocent. To Yohan, it's a threat. To Yohan, he's pissed the fuck off. And to Yohan, you ruined his birthday. And at that moment, I was like, thank you, Tim Malcolm, for being there. And maybe you will get through to her, because it seems like nothing you say to Danielle, she understands that there is repercussions to her actions, to her words. And she is just like, me. So now they bring actually another good point that Tim brought up, and I now I'm remembering. I was like, oh, it's a good thing Tim is there. Tim is there for this. Tim also brought up to her that you never made it an option to Yohan not to go, that you weren't going to go. It was either you come with me to go to dinner with Taylor, or I'm going to go by myself. You never gave him the option of, okay, I just won't go. And Danielle was like, oh no, that's dangerous to give that option. It's called compromise, Danielle. It's called compromise in a marriage. So they bring Taylor out. Sean, first Taylor was like, yo, what's up, Yohan? Crickets. Yohan looked at him like, crickets, okay? So Sean asked Taylor, do you think Danielle is still interested in you? Taylor's like, no. To me, he didn't sound too interested. But Taylor's like, she's a friend. I go to her for advice. There is nothing, no romantic feelings. Okay, fine. So now, Yohan brings up that, because they showed the little clip of Taylor and Danielle on that boat ride where, she's talking crap about her husband. And Yohan brings up, that's nice. I'm seeing all this in a new light now. You're talking crap about me to your ex, basically calling me a little boy and throwing me under the bus, and but that's okay. And Yohan is done with her. Yohan is done with her. Yohan is like, by you bringing Taylor into the relationship and doing all this, I don't love and respect you anymore. And once the lease is up, you go your way and I go mine. And Danielle just doesn't understand the repercussions of all this. And it's, I don't know. Taylor thinks Yohan has to get over it. No, I don't think he does. because Taylor wouldn't like it if his woman would have done that to him. Just saying. So Yohan is not interested in therapy. He doesn't believe therapy works. Yohan is a very machismo Latino guy. Many of them don't believe in therapy. And you know, he's just like, he's acting like he doesn't care. And he says that he chips in 50-50 when it comes to paying rent, when it comes to paying expenses. And Danielle says no, that he's just saying that to save face. But in her lives, she accused him of financial abuse. So I don't know. This is all just craziness. The tell-all is over though. And Kris will never speak to Jeymni again. Never, ever, 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 ever speak to her again. Jen is happy that she's allowed herself to be loved. And hey, she always gave Julian her phone number. So who knows? Maybe Miss Debbie will be her future mother-in-law. And speaking of Miss Debbie, Osama's glad that he got to love Miss Debbie. Even though he doesn't love her now, he says. He's glad he loved her, and he would like to have a nice goodbye. And Miss Debbie, you know, seeing Osama was like seeing a corpse. But, you know, she hasn't bolted, closed that door completely. But Osama would have to do some big things, you know, because Miss Debbie, she's not dumb. She is the sharpest crayon in the box, I tell you. And Osama's not going to be able to get over her. He's going to have to do big, big things to get Miss Debbie to come back to Morocco. And Nicole, you know, she is not enabling Mahmoud's insecurities anymore. Nope. And this is just the way it is. And if you don't like it, too bad. As she goes off in her Uber. So this may be the last time that I will be using my Peacock fan. So thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit the like button. Check out wordonthestreetreality.com for all the tea. And share my video with a friend or 10. Next week will be the premiere of B90 with Jasmine and Gino and a bunch of other new couples. Hot Mess Express. Can't wait to get into it with you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.